Action.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Wait, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I've been starting the last few weeks. I think I'll start.
Okay, go, babe.
Thank you. Yeah, don't do that anymore.
Okay. Okay, baby.
Welcome back to another week at Paranormal Puffs.
And murderous mixology stuff. My name is... You just did it again.
Your host, Bob. And this is my
Marissa.
co-host, Marissa. Yeah, we haven't had an episode out in a few weeks, and I just want to let you guys know if there's any difference in how I'm talking, it's because I'm wearing headphones this week. We've upgraded some of the technology in our studio.
Baby, you're wearing headphones so you don't have to hear me, so you can block me out when I talk about the boring segments.
No.
Yes.
No, that's not true. You're literally making fun of me for being on the spectrum.
Because, I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, well, maybe I am. But all I'm saying is that I know this is going to be a lot easier for me, guys, to do this week. I have these headphones in. We got these at Monster Truck. And so...
Yeah, Monster Jam.
Yeah, Monster Jam, right? Yeah, Monster Jam. That was dope. But yeah, so I got these headphones in. And so I think I'm really going to be locked into this episode. So grab onto your cock. And
you're locked in because you're blocking everything out.
Huh?
You're locked in because you're blocking me out.
No, I can still hear everything you're saying.
I know, but it makes it like less stimulating, I think.
I think it's like whatever it is.
Because I wear those
nice
to study, so I don't have to hear like, you know, the children in the background. So
people wear them for different reasons. And I've never worn these in the real world. So but yeah, so welcome back to another great episode here. We've been working on some creative changes. We've had some creative discussions in our writer's room, and we are still at an impasse on what to do. So we're just going to try some things out, and, you know, we are a couple, so we fight a lot over what's going on here, just for your guys' entertainment. Ultimately, you think... What is it that you think?
Well, you think that the show should be funny every second of the way.
No, I think it should be a funny show, yeah.
Well, I mean, it can be funny, but I think, like, I
also
need to
depressing.
Tell a story.
No, I think it's dark humor. You know dark humor?
It is dark humor, but if I'm
humor?
telling you the meat and potatoes of the show, that, like, everyone is, like, waiting to
and if we had enough
to,
listeners, we could take some kind of a vote. You know what I mean? And you guys
you're talking
send
about
us mail
what dinner
if you want
had.
me to do my own show.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do my own show. There's no way. But
yeah, you can't even
please
write
us in, you know, that stuff. Recently, you were talking to someone on Reddit. That was super cool.
Dude, that was so cool. I can't even get too excited.
You better stop fangirling. I'm seriously getting an anti-boner just hearing you and reading your messages. It is such a turn-off.
Baby.
Oh, my God. Because you're the type of woman
it was Jack
that instantly, if someone had a little bit of fame or power, you would
definitely not
melt all over their cock.
No, okay. So the thing is, he's one of the only podcasts that I listen to. I only listen to a few.
That guy,
and
we appreciate
so
you. I can't hear
big,
you. I got these. I'm going to need on another set of headphones.
He posted on my Reddit. That was
these
it.
On too.
And so I was like fangirling for a minute, baby.
You guys can't see this.
But he listened to our podcast and he said that we were good. So
you guys can't see this, but I have two headphones on.
Oh my God,
right
you're
now.
so dumb.
And honestly, it's I instantly felt a little better. It snapped off, but I did feel a little better.
Well, you liked what he had to say about you.
It was mostly about me.
Well, because the post that I had on Reddit was about you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
It was, I mean, not saying anything. I was just saying, like, you know.
No, I'm sure it was.
Like the creative changes that we want to make and stuff. And so
I'm
I was
sorry,
just discussing that
I
on
was
Reddit.
harsh and all that stuff, but it's really a lot. But
it's a lot.
So anyway, welcome back. Let's get going into this week. Cue the music.
To Paranormal Puffs and murderous mixology stuff.
All right, the music is cued. So, are you smoking tonight, Bob?
I have this stupid fucking vape pen that I hide from my mom.
I think it was pretty funny that one time when you told your mom, you were like getting really agitated because you couldn't find your vape pen and she didn't know that you were smoking. And so she was like, what are you looking for, baby? What are you looking for? And then you were like, on my phone, I'm looking for my phone. She's like, well, let me just call it. And you're like, no. You're like, no, that won't work. I need to find my... Do you remember that or no?
Yeah, I mean, that could have happened dozens of times in my life.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And you're
It
like,
probably did.
Yeah, and then you like ended up finding it. Like I think it was like in the couch, but I just thought that was so freaking funny because you were so agitated without it.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that has smoked weed pens knows that they are
How you lose them every 5 seconds.
It's a struggle when you lose your weed pen.
I think you should make, this is for anyone who wants to make a business idea, you should make a lanyard for them. Do they already have those, like a weed pen
I'm
lanyard?
sure they do.
So you don't lose them? Because you lose yours all the fucking time.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, it's a bummer. It's just like, and then it always falls into the middle of your couch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure you have something, you've been working on this I've seen you for days, nonstop, morning till night. Can you tell us
a little bit about it?
Yeah, and also how much time you spent on it.
Well, this one I've researched a little bit
before.
Because you
said you completely forgot.
The thing is, what you don't know, Bob, is that I'm actually always working. And so I did research this story once before. I have a few stories that I'm working on right now. And I researched this one a few weeks ago. And I totally forgot that we were recording today. So I kind of pulled this one out of the wheelhouse and I just kind of had to refresh myself and actually like type out a script. But you don't want me to do a script. So I'm going to try to do bullet points and then talk freely about it. So hopefully it's not so boring.
Here's the thing is that I want creative license over the show. Okay. I'm just going to come out and say it to you right here. And I want it. Okay. I think you add a lot to the show, but you know, I want the fucking I want to pull the strings, man. Okay, I know what the show needs. I know what the people want, not you.
What the fuck was that?
You know?
Oh god, that was so funny, babe.
Yeah.
No, baby.
So get with the program. You know what I mean?
Baby,
if you want to be successful, hop in the fucking Lexus. So anyway, you guys. We have a really great story for you this week.
Yes.
And I have been told that when Marissa is being serious, that I should not be funny or have fun because she's being serious and it's very serious.
It is, yes. If I'm telling you how someone died, you shouldn't be asking me to go to Costco or like, what is dinner tonight?
I know, but look around.
I need to cut my nails.
Look around, why are we here? We're just here to kind of have fun.
We are, but if I'm telling you about how someone was
murdered. It does suck, obviously. I feel bad, but at the same time, you know, you have to realize the humor and the beauty and the darkness and the circularity.
Okay, baby, we get it.
And the irregularity.
Okay, baby, we're going to go. I'm going to talk. So today's episode is going to be about Joe Metheny. He grew up in Baltimore during the 1970s and early 1980s. So he lived in a house. He lived in a poor household with five other...
A lot of people lived in a house.
He lived in a poor household with 5 other siblings. His childhood was marked by significant hardships, including the death of his father at age 6.
That's right, baby.
His mom then had to be the single mother and work 2 jobs to support the family. And then at age 19, he was seeking a way out, so he joined the military for a fresh start.
That reminds me of that one song you like.
What song is that, baby?
What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep? I don't want to get demonetized.
Good, baby.
I don't want to get demonetized.
That's so
good. If you go over like 7-8 words, you get demonetized.
So
but if you guys want the whole version, you could tune into our OnlyFans tonight.
I was gonna say that. That's funny. So he joined the military at 19 years old, looking for a fresh start. However, his time in the service led to struggles.
Was that too funny, by the way? Sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying to be serious.
No, you're fine.
But sometimes, like,
you
music,
can be funny.
I'm very musical and stuff, so.
Right. When he was in the military, he ended up struggling with addiction. He got addicted to substances.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you are not really living your life if you haven't got addicted to something at least once. Even if it's, like, eating couch feathers...
like My Strange Addiction?
Or licking only...
I saw the other day...
The face part of pennies.
No, baby. I saw on My Strange Addiction the other day, like on TikTok, this lady was addicted to like dirty diapers.
Smelling them or eating them?
I think she would like smell them and then she would like put them in her mouth and suck the urine out.
I honestly like...
I know.
I'm really not
and then she was
prone to being queasy, but I've almost like threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I know. And then so it was so bad that I had to go on YouTube to find like the full version. And she was pregnant and she had a fiance, and she's been doing this way before she was pregnant, and she would carry diapers in her bag and just like suck on them and smell them and like have them for lunch. It was just really, I felt bad for the baby inside her belly. And I was like, are you only getting pregnant so you can have your own like feel? She would go over to her friend's house and like get diapers from her friend's children.
Yeah, that's like me with those OnlyFans girls and the thongs.
Baby, you keep messing around with those OnlyFans girls. I'm going to start thinking that you're actually telling the truth. Have you been on OnlyFans before?
No.
Promise?
Yes, I promise. I put it on our kids, whatever.
Okay. So while he was in the military, he became estranged from his family.
Estranged or he had a strange family?
No,
I can't hear with all these earmuffs.
He became estranged.
He had a strange
family.
family.
Estranged from his family.
Estranged. He had strange family.
Yeah. He was a large man. He stood at 6 foot. What? He was a large man.
Yeah, I know. It's just a funny way to start. You know, when you describe someone, it's not
Well,
so
he was
generous.
He was 300.
You know? It's just like he was a fat man. He was a fat, disgusting trash to look at.
He was
To start with, he was fat and obese.
He was 350 pounds, and he was 6 foot 1 inches tall. His friends would
fat.
call him tiny just to be, I guess, funny.
Ironic.
Yeah.
See, that's the contrasting thing I was telling you about. If you take someone that's like real fat and you call him, oh, this is my friend, Tiny Eric.
Or like what, Big Ed from like 90 Day Fiancé.
And it's like some guy, it's like a little midget.
Baby!
Oh, I'm sorry, fuck. I'm sorry, little person. You can't say that anymore. The year's 2024, you cannot say midget.
I know, baby, it's little person. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to be known as the guy that corrects people in public, you know, when they're bullying midgets
Baby,
and they
little
take their
people.
change and throw it. And,
Oh my goodness.
and, you know, they take all their backpacks and throw it back and forth. I want to be the guy that stops that type
I don't
of
think
shit.
anyone's doing that, baby.
Huh?
No one does that.
I don't do it anymore, no.
Baby.
That midget was a dick. He went to my high school, so that's fine. Anyway, go on.
By year 1994, he left the military and he moved on with his life. He had a live-in girlfriend who was also a drug addict, and they had a 6-year-old son that they shared. So basically, before he became a killer, what happened is that he was broken. And do you want to know the event that broke him?
I probably have a great idea already, and I can tell you.
Okay, what was it? Based on
Okay.
what I just said, because I kind of give you a hint.
Okay, so let's go over all the facts here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's a drug addict,
Yep, and then his girlfriend's a drug addict,
and they have a kid.
and they have a
that's
6-year-old
6.
child. Yep.
The year is 1994.
That has nothing to do with it, but just
Michael
so people
Jordan
know.
was on fire that year.
Heck yeah, I was born that year, baby.
Huh?
I said I was born that year, baby.
Don't worry about it. Let's just keep our fucking birth years to ourselves, baby.
Okay.
Okay? So what are the rest of the facts? So it was a hot year that year.
No, that was basically it. Do you want to guess what made him break and turn into a psycho serial killer?
I mean, I can already figure it out.
So what
But why
was
don't
it?
you tell me?
Okay, so basically he was a truck driver at this time, and he came home, and when he came
Ooh,
home,
adultery.
everything was gone. The whole house was cleared out. The kid was gone. She was gone. Everything was fucking gone. So she left
As
him.
my dad would say, those fucking women. Go on.
So she left him for another man, and she went on the run with his son.
Mm-hmm.
And it like caused something inside him, I guess, to like snap. And he was furious, and he was going to do anything to seek revenge on his girlfriend and find his son. So since she was a drug addict, he looked at all of the places she used to buy drugs. He looked at halfway houses. He went under the bridges and talked to homeless people. Anything and everywhere he was searching just to find his child. And
OnlyFans? Did you
it wasn't
check on
around back
OnlyFans?
then. It wasn't around back then.
Okay. Whatever. My bad.
So finally, he came up on 2 people that were living under the bridge, and he was just sure that they had information on her,
Yeah.
and they
Hey,
weren't.
you two guys.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
they had information, but they were not telling him. So what he did,
Fucking know it.
yeah, he got so pissed at them that he killed them with an axe, both of them.
Yeah.
And then he looked across the way and he saw
An
a
old
random.
crime and punishment, huh?
So he looked.
If you get some, there's probably one person out there that'll get that joke.
Yeah, I don't know. Get
Obviously, I know that's not for you, but yeah.
it. You asshole. You
No,
fucking
it's
asshole.
not. It's
like
not.
that's
It's
above your
definitely
head.
not.
Oh God, your dick. Okay.
It's a crime and punishment fucking joke, you guys. What other podcast has fucking crime and punishment jokes in 2024?
I'm sure no one got the joke, baby.
Well, I'm sure if fucking our audience was made up of more than 3 mental patients and an alien that's getting this 300 years from now, that we would have a better chance of someone getting the joke. Baby.
Or maybe you could,
You understand me, baby?
maybe you could tell a better joke that everyone understands.
Oh, maybe it's a
Baby.
great joke if you
What was the
had
joke?
some information to understand the reference.
What was the joke?
You said he killed them both with an axe.
Yes.
And I said, an old crime and punishment. Hey?
Okay, I still don't get it.
Obviously not.
If you guys get the joke, comment down below on YouTube. Let us
You're
know.
not going to get the joke, Marissa.
Okay, babe.
Let me break it down. I'm going to explain it to you.
No, it's
because
okay.
like a magician, I'm going to show you my trick
Okay.
and my dick.
At the same time.
But so Crime and Punishment was a book, obviously.
Okay, this is
there
already
you go.
boring me, babe.
And it was written by who? That's right. Dostoevsky.
Okay, babe.
And it was about, that's right, a double axe murder.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, all of a sudden it's pretty good, huh? Turns out. All right.
Okay.
Go on.
So
Yeah.
after he finished killing them with an axe, he looked across the way and he saw a fisherman. And he was like, holy fuck, I think that guy saw me kill these 2 people. So he went over to the fisherman and he was like, you have to die too. So he ended up killing the fisherman as well. He took all 3 of their bodies and he threw them into a nearby river. He ended up getting caught for these murders. So he went to jail and he was in jail for a year and a half until he was acquitted due to lack of evidence. During this time...
You know, by the way, not to interrupt you, I know
Yeah.
that is rude.
Yeah, baby, go ahead.
Do you know how cool it must feel to like get out, like, to beat a murder charge? That must feel very good.
A triple murder charge.
I would feel very good about myself.
I guess they couldn't find the bodies because he threw them in the river.
Yeah, I would say I would be walking around
I'm
and
fucking
my
God.
smoothie would taste really good that day.
I mean, and I think, so maybe that's perhaps what happened because after this is when everything started to take off. And maybe
Exactly.
that's what happened. He
I just
thought
walk
he was
around
invincible.
smoking a cigarette at the park, like,
Yeah, I can just kill and not get away with it. Perhaps. That's actually a really interesting take because I just thought he just didn't give a fuck.
no, just imagine that. Like, there's not very many people, that have done that.
Yeah.
And, you, it's like a very it's like a near-death experience in slow motion
Yeah.
that you somehow dodge. And yeah. that
But
would
wouldn't he
nice.
be pissed if you're trying to find your son, right? And you have to spend a year and a half in jail. So now your son is 7.5 years old. I mean, wouldn't that stop you from murdering anyone else? Or you would just be like, fuck this.
Not me.
I'm going all out now.
Not me, dude. You
Okay.
guys, write us down below if that's you.
So anyways, while he was in jail, he found out that his son actually was in the state custody because the mom
Nice.
was prostituting herself to afford the drugs
For how
for
much?
her and her boyfriend.
How much?
I have no
I
clue.
don't have money on me. I'm just wondering.
Ew, baby.
I don't have any cash. I got no cash.
You would pay for sex, babe?
I have no cash.
Ew, you're so
I have no
gross.
cash.
I can't even look at you right now.
I have no cash on me.
You're so gross. What the hell?
Do they take Cash App still or no? Or Zelle?
Ew, you're so nasty. How about that Jack Rice-Sider dude, though? You don't like it, do you?
No, I think that's funny. And honestly, I do. I do think it's funny. And
What's funny?
I think it's really funny.
What?
I do.
No, just so you guys know, Bob is now pissed at me because he can make jokes and I can't.
No, it's not a funny joke, you guys. That's not a funny joke. And I'm not pissed off. I'm not pissed off.
I would also like to apologize for my voice. I'm a little sick, so
It's okay.
sorry if I sound stuffy.
It's okay.
Okay, so his child was taken away. Like I said, the mom was prostituting herself and to afford the drugs for her and her boyfriend. The child was taken away due to child abuse and neglect. So he learned that while he was in jail. So now that he's after jail, he's still on this crazy look for his ex-girlfriend, right? This is when things start to get crazier, I guess.
Cue the crazy music, please.
So he then comes across 2 prostitutes, and he's convinced that they are not giving him information that he wants to have. Like he's convinced that they know something that they don't, I guess. And so he gets really upset with them again, and he murders them as well. So what does he do with their bodies? Because last time he threw them in the river, but he was like, no, I need to perfect this now because I cannot get caught. So he takes their bodies, he tears them apart. Over the next few weeks, he mixes their bodies with beef and pork. And do you want to know what he proceeds to do with that?
Yeah, no, I already know.
What? Are you reading my notes?
No, I can't.
Okay, so what does he do next?
Notes. I'm not even reading them. No, I assume did he buy Parmesan cheese too and breadcrumbs?
No, but he does something.
It's almost the ingredients to make a good meatball. He's got
Yes.
his veal, he's got his pork.
Exactly. And so he puts them into patty-sized portions, and he opens up a barbecue stand on the middle of the road, and he cooks them up.
Is this in Mexico, by the way?
No, this is in America.
Is Tijuana, Mexico? I've been there.
No.
No.
And
That's why they tell you not to eat the food in Tijuana.
He starts selling human meat burgers on the side of the road, babe.
Yeah, Roberto's. Yeah, I've heard of that place. Yeah. If you eat at that place, you will get a fiery asshole. People don't know why. They make jokes.
Babe.
Oh, I bet there's cat in there. Oh, you can't say that right now.
Babe.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
Just for a minute, I understand. Yeah, that's really funny, Roberto's. That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
but
sure.
just for a minute, can you imagine if you were the person that ate this burger off the side? Well, first off, who the fuck is ordering burgers from on the side of the road?
I'm saying it's Mexico, dog. It is straight up. No offense to my compadres. Okay, yo tengo mucho amor para nosotros.
He said that his customers didn't say anything was strange. No one complained of the taste. He said that it actually tastes like the human. This is quote from him. So quote, the human body tastes very similar to pork, he said. If you mix it together, no one can tell the difference.
Yeah, I could see
So
that.
the next time you're riding down the road and you happen to see an open pit beef stand that you've never seen before, make sure you think about this story before you take a bite of that sandwich.
Also, is this guy fucking licensed? You know
No.
what I mean? Like, where's he going he didn't get a health inspection.
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering.
You know? He's doing this shit on the black market, man.
Well, we're kind of where we live. We see like people on the side of the road too, selling fruits and smoothies and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I wonder, like, do cops like not pull them over and ask them where their cards are or their inspection thing? Because don't you have to have like a inspection for like a kitchen thingy? You know what I'm talking
There's
about?
not
Like
that
a
much
health
time,
inspection?
You know what I mean? After you get donuts and then...
Or even the people like selling flowers. Like, don't you have to have a license to sell flowers on the side of the road though? Like in
Those
America?
people do not have a license to
But
sell
that's what I'm
flowers.
saying. How do they not get caught?
I think
Because they wouldn't you
they're
just get a
taking
ticket?
a risk, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, para la policía no es importante.
Oh, wow. So it actually says that he was 450 pounds. I think I said 350 pounds.
Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you
crazy.
earlier tonight. That was very sweet of you when you said I look very skinny.
You do look skinny, baby.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This just goes to show you how out of touch you are with me. I literally weighed myself. I'm the fattest I've ever been in my entire life. Tonight.
Really?
The night I looked skinny. I've never been this fat in my entire life, you guys.
Really?
In my entire life.
What happened? Because you were losing weight like a few months ago. And
Yes,
then,
I know. In the past month, I've put on a ton of weight, everyone.
but how? Like what
You've
changed?
seen me eating around here. Don't ask but how. I've been having 5 cheese. What do you mean, but how? You, what? But how? I
But
could understand
how?
a but how if you didn't live with me.
But last year, before you started losing weight, weren't you just eating the same like you're eating right now? Like, are you eating worse than you were last year?
Yeah, my eating, I think, spiked up for sure. And I think ultimately, you know,
I'm sorry, baby.
the bigger you get, your eating has to rev up more and more. You know, and some
support the rest
people
of
will
the body.
plateau at a certain level. And for me, hopefully it's right around here. You know, but I'm not sure. But I could see myself getting bigger, but I don't want to. You know, I don't want to. And I just want to thank you. Anyways, back to this stupid story about this guy and the human ground beef.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to be serious. Am I being serious enough for you?
You are. Yeah. Thank you for not asking about Costco while I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The
No,
meat
of
and
course.
potato
I
story.
did see a good deal, but I'll wait till it's appropriate.
Thank you, baby.
Right. I have to be, you said appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, you're fine, baby. So At this point, he was starting to run out of meat because he was selling it all, and he had to find more victims. So he would just go back to prostitutes, and then he would murder them to get his meat for his burgers to support his little side business, I guess. He ended up having a total of 10 victims, and he was caught in 1996. It was a sex worker named Rita Kemper who actually escaped from him and ended up telling the police. He ended up surrendering to the police with no fight, didn't try to run, anything like that. He just went calmly. He ended up getting sentenced to death, but a judge in 2000 ended up overturning that and giving him 2 consecutive life sentences. I'm going to tell you guys more. If you guys want to know more about how the last victim got freed, I'm going to read that at the end when Bob is gone, because I know you have a short attention span. And you
No. I have my headphones on. Like I told you, I could have listened to this whole fucking bullshit, but you already recorded it without me. So you guys, I have to go. Goodbye.
So our son just woke up, and Bob is going to go put him back to sleep. But we were really at the end anyway. So I will read to you guys that part that I was just talking about. But before I do that, I just wanted to say one of the things that he said once he was arrested was, the only thing I felt bad about in any of this is I didn't get to murder the 2 motherfuckers that I really was after, which was obviously his ex and the person that she hooked up with. In 2017, guards found Joe in his cell unresponsive at around 3 o'clock. He was later pronounced dead. That was the story of him. So now I'm just going to go into how he was caught, and this is through his own writing. And basically through his writing, you can kind of put yourself in the victim's shoes and see how terrifying this experience truly was. So let me read this. This is actually from Murderpedia, and this is actually the writing of Joe himself. It's a little bit long, so I'm just going to read the bottom part of it because this is the part that I really wanted you guys to hear. It basically says how his last victim escaped and basically just what you would feel if you were her in that scenario. So this was right after I was talking about how he would sell the meat and how he would gain new meat by killing other prostitutes. So he says, everything was going pretty good until I ran out of my special meat. So I lured another bitch up into my trailer. I got her in there and I started to rip off her clothes and knocking her the hell out. She was screaming, but there was no one around to hear her except me. And I just kept on laughing at her. I turned around for a split second, and that was my mistake. She ran out the door before I could get to her. There was an 8-foot chain link fence with barbed wire on top of it around the front of the company. There was a stack of wooden pallets next to the fence about 10 feet high. That bitch scaled those pallets like a monkey and jumped the fence and ran down to the main road where some guy in a pickup truck picked her up and took her to a nearby gas station where they then called the cops. Well, I knew the cops were on their way, but I didn't run. I gathered up her clothing, grabbed the keys to the gate, went out and opened it. Soon as I step out the gate, a cop car pulled up. The cop jumped out at me and pulled his gun on me and told me to get on the ground. And that is where it all came to an end. They took me down and booked me. She had told them that I said I was going to kill her like the rest, which was true. They had me down in a little room at homicide, drilling me, damn near kissing my ass. So that's pretty much it. He went on to say how they pulled him out of jail every other day and basically how it came to his demise and everything else that I said at the end of our podcast episode. But I just wanted you guys to hear that just to see kind of how demented this guy was. Like, could you imagine being this girl? You go in thinking that you're, a prostitute going to exchange sexual favors for this man. He's a giant. He's 6 foot 1 inches tall, and he's 350 pounds. There's no way that you can beat him by any means. And he starts attacking you. He's looking you in your eyes, and he's telling you that you're about to die, like the others, and you're going to be my next victim. How scared she must have felt. And not only that, not only she's crying and she's screaming so other people can hear her, hoping that someone will come to her rescue. Not only that, but he's now laughing at you and mocking you because no one is going to hear you. And you're about to die right now. Can you imagine? Put yourself in that scenario. How scared she must have felt. But luckily it did not end that way for her. But anyways, I just wanted you guys to hear that just to see how demented this guy was. And I just think it hits differently when you hear it in his own writing. You can kind of see just how freaking much of a psychopath he was in his own writing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you guys give us a comment. Let us know what your favorite part was. Give us a thumbs up. share with your friends, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And thank you guys so much for supporting us as usual. We love all of you guys. We'll see you next week in our next episode. Bye.